Hi, good morning and welcome to our meditation. Today is the 23rd of March and it is the birthday of my dear wife, Susan Mary. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to my wife. I'll keep on reading Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 8. A bribe is seen as a charm by the one who gives it. They think success will come at every turn. So we are meditating on bribe, but talking about bribing. But today I would like to talk about a present that it is actually good in the Bible. And before, I would like to read in John chapter 7, verse 24, stop judging by mere appearances, but instead judge correctly. Judge according to God's righteousness. There are three stories that I would like to tell you that are from the Old Testament that talks about a present that was given so a relationship would be established. So a relationship that had been broken will be established again. The first one is in Genesis chapter 32, verses 13 to 21. Jacob, and with the help of his mother, he stole what was due to his brother Esau. It was due to his brother. And then after that, he had to leave the country and go to the country where his parents were from. And then many years later, so he found two wives and two concubines. He had lots of children. And many years later, he was going back to Palestine. And then he was going to meet his brother again. And in Genesis chapter 32, verses 13 to 15, it's written, he spent the night there, and from what he had with him, he selected a gift for his brother. 200 female goats and 20 male goats, 200 rams, 30 female camels with their young, 40 cows and 10 bulls, and 20 female donkeys and 10 male donkeys. Lots of animals, and there's more there. And he's going to give those animals to his brother. To have a car in those days was nothing compared to have camels. What is he doing here? He's offering these gifts to his brother so they could be friends again. And the text is not saying that what he's doing here is wrong. It's a custom, it's something that they used to do in those days, to offer a gift, to make sure that the relationship will be established again. This same Jacob, when he was much, much older, he is going to face another situation, and now it is going to be with his children. His sons were not very, very Christians, very Catholics, as we would say here in France. They sold their younger brother, one of the youngest brothers, as a slave. And then the brother, Joseph, became the governor of Egypt. But they didn't know. Even Jacob didn't know that his son was still alive. 20 years later, those brothers, they had to go down to Egypt to buy grain. And then they're going to face the governor, who was actually their brother, Joseph. Joseph recognized them and put them to tested them. And then he kept one of the brothers in Egypt, and the others went back with the money that they had used to buy grain in their bags. So Jacob is going to say to his sons, who are going to go back to Egypt to buy more grains, because there was a hunger in the country. There was no food because there was a drought in the country and they couldn't grow anything. So they had to go back to Egypt to buy grain again. Then their father Israel, now he's called Israel, told them, if it must be, then do this. Put some of the best products of the land in your bags and take them down to the men as a gift. A little balm, a little honey, some spices and myrrh, some pistachio, nuts, and almonds. Take double the amount of silver with you, etc. So all this organic, wonderful food from Palestine that they were going to take back to Egypt as a gift. And again, Again, the text is not saying that that's wrong to do. What they're doing here, it's a custom of those days. In order to make sure that the governor of Egypt will accept them. We're not going to judge them because the money, his money, the money that should be in Egypt was actually back in the bags, and they took it back to Palestine. It was a test. Joseph was testing his brothers. My third story comes from 1 Samuel 25, 18 to 20. Now David has got a little army, and he comes to a place where there was a rich man who is not going to receive him. And then he's furious, and he's going to fight that man, to go against that man. That man had a wife called Abigail, and she's going to act, as the text says, quickly. She took 200 loaves of bread, 2 skins of wine, 5 dressed sheep, 100 cakes of raisins, and 200 cakes of pressed figs. Lots of food. David needed that food for his army. So what that lady, she didn't tell her husband. What that lady is doing is she's trying to make sure that she's trying to calm David down so David won't go and fight against her husband. Eventually, that man is going to die, and Abigail is going to become David's wife. Wonderful for David. So sometimes you can offer up a gift, so peace will come between you and another person. What is the greatest gift that you can share with someone? God's love. You can share God's love, God's forgiveness. The love that God has given you, you can share it with another person in order that peace will come again between you and another person. God bless you.